Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. I am Nadia the Rose. So for today's video, we're going to talk all about why this pregnancy was so hard. So if you watched my previous video, it was announcing baby number 2, and now with this video, we're going to get into why the pregnancy was so hard. As you can see, I'm sitting where you guys can see my lovely baby bump. I am 29 going on 30 weeks and I am ecstatic. I cannot wait to meet him. Nandi is excited, Naji's excited, we're all excited here. So let's get right into it. So this pregnancy has been rough from the very beginning, and when I say the very beginning, I mean the day I found out. So I guess the story starts the month before my daughter turned 2, which is August of 2019. I have always been very sure of how I wanted my family, and I wanted to try conceiving for a child right after my daughter's 2nd birthday, because I am one of those people who believe 24 months between pregnancies are ideal. August rolled around, my daughter turns 2 September 2019, and I kind of started, hinting at my husband like, she's about to turn 2, probably should get this show on the road, like, I want another baby. And my husband, he was not against us having another child, so it wasn't like I had to do any convincing. I just pretty much had to tell him I'm ready. So August 6th, 2019 to be exact, I was on the birth control patch and I took it off. So if you know anything about conceiving, then you know you're supposed to wait 1 cycle after you stop birth control to start trying, so that way you can actually track your ovulation day accurately. We did that, and on September 29th, I found out I was pregnant. Now, with this video, I'm just talking about what made this pregnancy hard. In my upcoming video, I will do a video all about what I did to conceive baby number 2 the very first month. But going on with this video, so I found out that September 29, 2019, I found out I was pregnant. We were ecstatic. Fast forward, October 6, 2019, I had a miscarriage at 4 weeks, going on 5 weeks, and we lost that baby. It was a very hard thing to go through. I had never had a miscarriage before that, and obviously my husband had never been through that either, so it was very hard on us. And we actually had decided to wait until I graduated nursing school to try again, just to give my body and my emotions time to heal. And we thought we were going to focus on loving our daughter to the best of our abilities. And that was that. So November the 2nd, 2019 was our 3-year anniversary. And I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel like myself. I felt like maybe I was coming down with a cold. My doctor told me that my cycle would begin 6 to 8 weeks after the miscarriage. So I was looking forward around the end of November, beginning of December maybe. But I woke up and I just didn't feel like myself. Like I can't explain it, but it was almost like I was sharing my body. And something just said, take a pregnancy test, that way at least you know it is not that. I took a pregnancy test, and I wasn't like one of those, it wasn't like when I was trying to conceive where I would set the timer and look at the stick. It just wasn't, I wasn't excited about it. I just wanted to like rule it out. So I bought a Dollar Tree pregnancy test, the one where you have to pee in a cup and then use the Doppler to put 2 or 3 drops into the test. And I sat it in the bathroom and washed my hands, went about my day. Then I came back because I was like maybe 3 to 5 minutes later, because I almost forgot about it. And sure enough, it was 2 lines, and I was like, what is going on? How did this happen? And so that was November 2nd, so not even a full month after my miscarriage. So I was told by my doctor not to get back on the birth control patch until the first day of my cycle, which I was expecting at the end of November, early December. So I was not on birth control and we were not using protection, obviously. We just kind of just was like, whatever, you know. We didn't think I could get pregnant in such a short time frame. But sure enough, I was pregnant. We were in disbelief for a very long time. It even took me a long time to make my doctor's appointment. By the time I made my doctor's appointment and went in for ultrasound, they dated me. That was December 4th, 2019, and they dated me at 9 weeks and some days. So now it is February 2020 and it's time for my 20-week ultrasound. And we decided that we were not going to find out the sex of our baby and that we were going to announce it and find out together with our family at our baby shower. So we go in for our 20-week ultrasound. He's very active. We're having a good time. And then, you know, you do the ultrasound and then you go to the doctor's office. Well, where I'm at. You do the ultrasound and then the doctor's office is like down the hall. And so we go to the doctor's office ecstatic and she's like, okay, so the ultrasound wasn't perfect. We have some issues. And immediately my mind is all over the place. Like, does he not have his legs? Like, you know, what's going on? Is this not a viable pregnancy? I feel fine. What's going on? So she ends up telling us that the baby had a cyst on his brain and both of his kidneys were dilated. I know I'm in nursing school, but I really didn't know exactly what that meant for us. Come to find out, those are two soft factors for Down syndrome. More common in boys than in girls. So then that immediately made us want to find out what the sex was. Was it a boy or a girl? Because if it was a boy, I felt a little better about it and the chances of him having Down syndrome would be lower because those two soft factors do show up more often in boys. So we found out it was a boy and I was a little relieved, but not as relieved as I wanted to be, because then I had to go and take the panorama test to see if my child would be born with Down syndrome or any other genetic disorder. You guys, that was the hardest week and a half of my life. So I took the test. They said they'll call me in about a week and a half. I was too anxious. They never called. Well, no, I take that back. It was a week and a half at 4 o'clock that day. So I was like, I gave them the week and a half. I gave them majority of the day. They closed at 5. So I called at 4 o'clock and she was able to give me my test results over the phone that he did not have a Down syndrome or any genetic disorder, and they didn't know what was up with the cyst or the dilated kidneys. So basically my doctor was like, she's just going to measure it throughout my pregnancy and we are going to hope that, you know, this baby doesn't need kidney surgery or anything of that nature when he's born. So I got the results at 21, 22 weeks, and then at 28 weeks she gave me another ultrasound. So I'm glad to report that the cyst in his brain is gone. His right kidney is normal size and his left kidney is still dilated, but it is not a big deal. They think it's going to go down like the right kidney did. It's just taking a little longer. So I'm ecstatic about that we're going to have a healthy baby boy. But those, 7-8 weeks of waiting were just horrendous. And also at 28 weeks, we did find out that he is now breached. So it was just like one thing after another with this baby. Now, at the time, still, I don't too much know anything about breached babies. I know that Nandi never was breached and I pushed her out in like under a minute. So I was expecting to do the same thing with this baby, that I was just going to have a vaginal delivery and we was going to keep it moving. So my doctor did tell me that she's going to have to check again in May 2020 to see if he's breached. At that time, I'll be 32 weeks. And she gave me my option. So if he is head down, good to go, then we are good to go. If he is still breached, then she gave me my options of a ECV, which stands for external cephalic version. So when she said that, I knew cephalic because I am in her school. So I knew cephalic meant head. but I didn't get what the other stuff meant. I didn't understand. So basically what it is they will lay you on your back and they will forcibly push on your belly until they physically turn the baby. And I said, doesn't that hurt? And she was like, very much. And so then she said my next option was a C-section, which would probably hurt more. So at this point, I am just praying that when I go back, this baby is breech, because I do not want a C-section. And I also would like to avoid an ECV at all costs, because she was saying not only is it painful, but it only works 50% of the time. And then if it does work, there is still a chance your baby could turn back into the breech position. So I was just like, this baby, he's gonna make mama work this pregnancy, because it's a waiting game with him. Every time I go, I learn something new that I have to just wait on the results of. And then of course, which is not the baby's fault, but we're in a pandemic. And that has just been its own little stressful thing, because like I said, we had to cancel my baby shower, which I was just super sad about. I had already bought some decorations on Amazon, and we were doing a BBQ on the Saturday before Memorial Day. So it was a cookout theme, and I was just excited. My husband's family from New Jersey was flying down. And it always sucks when you can't celebrate an event, especially something like this. But what's keeping me afloat is it's not just me who can't celebrate. I have a friend who is expecting, a very close friend. We're only 6 weeks apart in our pregnancy. She had to cancel her sprinkle. I also have a uncle who had to, I'm assuming they're going to cancel their baby shower as well, because it was the week before mine, but I'm not sure. But it's just refreshing to know I'm not in this alone. And so some of the other things besides canceling the baby shower is how we're going to deliver. So my go-to plan, because you can have 3 people in the hospital in the delivery room, was obviously my husband, my mother, and my mother-in-law. Unfortunately, if it stays the way it is now, only my husband will be allowed in, which I'm not mad about. My husband did really well with Nandi, and I think he'll do very well with this one as well. But it just sucks that Nandi's gonna have to wait a few days before she can meet her baby brother. And I'm not allowing, if it's still like this, it sucks that I'm not allowing anybody to the house. So that would include my mom and my dad and my in-laws, except for my mother-in-law, because she lives here with us. And I remember when I was pregnant with Nandi, my best friends, 2 of my closest friends came to the hospital, my aunt and uncle. Everybody was there, and it was just nice. And it hurts a little bit that we won't be able to share those experiences this time around, but I'm so blessed to be bringing a healthy baby boy into this world. And he will be loved, and eventually he will be seen. So we are exploring the options of a sip and see, which is basically where mama can drink and people can come and see the baby. I am not a drinker, and I'll still be nursing, so I won't be sipping, but it'll be nice. And from what I was told, you don't have to bring gifts. It's just family and friends coming to see the baby. Just a nice time for people to come and drop by and see the baby. And then I don't have to wait on people just coming anytime they feel like they can come, because, well, people were very respectful when I had Nandi, but it would have been nice to just have them all come at one time, because it just felt like I had a revolving door of, can we see the baby? And you don't want to tell anybody no, especially family and friends, but then it's like, I gotta sleep, y'all. So I'm exploring my sip and see options. I'm very excited about it, and I'm very blessed to be able to do this, to have this baby and to share this journey with y'all. I'm excited. So for any of my other moms out there who have been affected by this, my love is with you, and we will get through this thing, y'all. But that is my pregnancy journey as of now. And I know there was a lot of negative steps on this journey, but you guys, I am so grateful and blessed to be doing this. Like I said before, I will be posting an upcoming video about what I did to conceive this baby, because y'all, when I tell y'all, I did everything in the book to have that baby. Not this baby. This baby was truly a surprise, but conceiving my heaven baby, I don't know what you call babies that didn't make it. But conception is conception. So I will be posting a video to let you guys know how I was able to do it, and hopefully give you some tips on how to conceive your little bundle of joy as well. That is it for now, you guys. So if you guys have any questions or similar stories, feel free to drop them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.